Hey guys, I'm Simon Greenwell, and this is my progress report for risk versus reward, a review of Dicamba herbicide and its future. The purpose of my report is to review Dicamba herbicide, the risk of using the product, and its current standing in row crop agriculture. This informational report will evaluate the herbicide itself, briefly look at risks like off-target damage, review its status in agriculture, and look at the future of dicamba herbicide use. For the audience, it'll be targeted primarily at Kentucky soybean farmers, but also for those who are interested in general row crop agriculture. This also includes agriculture stakeholders, farmers and other stakeholders in this field who are looking for the best herbicide solutions and systems when it comes to their soybean crop. It's also vital for these farmers and stakeholders in the industry to be updated and aware of these ever-changing laws and regulations when it comes to herbicides and other chemicals. This report will review dicamba herbicide and take a look at what the stakeholders could potentially see next. A little bit of an overview and background. Unwanted weed infestations can cause severe yield loss in soybeans. Modern farming practices, new technology, and the use of synthetic herbicides have helped combat that yield loss. And if soybeans were left untreated, the crop could suffer a yield loss up to 50% or more. With that said, the latest herbicide system that has been adapted by farmers the past few years, Dicamba, has become a beneficial tool. But with those benefits came risk with it. Those risks brought the herbicide's EPA approval to be vacated this year. This news was released while farmers were well into their growing season. There are 3 registrations that will be affected by this. This includes XtendiMax, Ingenia, and Fexapan. The biggest risk when applying dicamba herbicide is its volatilization. The herbicide's high vapor pressure allows it to evaporate post-application. Even following the label requirements and using correct application methods hasn't stopped the herbicide's off-target damage to other non-tolerant crops and plants. My first finding includes EPA's new registration and restrictions. They made an announcement regarding dicamba herbicide use on Tuesday, October 27th. They stated the new 5-year approval of Bayer's XtendiMax and BASF's Ingenia dicamba products. Along with this came an extending registration for Syngenta's Tavium Plus Vapor Grip technology. There is new and approved guidelines to control the risk of this herbicide. These new control measures in place for 2021 and beyond include the use of an approved pH buffering agent that is mixed with over-the-top dicamba products preceding all dicamba applications is required. A downwind buffer is required. It must be 240 feet in distance, and in areas where listed crops and species are at, this buffer must be 310 feet in distance. Over-the-top use of dicamba herbicide on soybeans after June 30th is prohibited. The label and application directions are simplified so farmers can easily decide how and when they should use over-the-top dicamba herbicide. My second set of findings include the industry's view on the new approval. Lisa Safarian, who is the president of Bayer Crop Science, explained how Bayer welcomes the EPA's science-based review and registration decision, providing growers access to this important tool. She explained how farmers need these options. Bayer takes pride in providing their XtendiMax technology and is happy to continue allowing farmers to control major weed infestations. And George Kimbrell kind of had a different view on it. He's the legal director of Center for Food Safety, and he has expressed his worries on the EPA's new approval of the herbicide. He believes that the reapproval was rushed and that the dicamba drift damage wasn't evaluated in a manner that law requires. He describes that there will be another 5 years of unacceptable damage. Stakeholders like Kimbrell are expected to challenge the new approvals. A third set of findings is the XtendiMax system with Xtend and XtendFlex soybeans. Bayer's XtendiMax herbicide is a water-soluble dicamba formula, and its intended use is for the control of annual, biennials, and perennial weed infestations. It is also good for certain vines and brush. The herbicide is mainly applied to control tough weeds in Roundup Ready 2 Xtend soybeans. This soybean has traits that make it tolerant to Roundup, which is glyphosate, and XtendiMax, which is dicamba. And stemming from Bayer's Xtend soybean system comes their new Xtend Flex soybeans. A commercial launch is underway for 2021 after the import approval was passed this past September. This variety of soybean is not only tolerant to glyphosate and dicamba, but also glufosinate. This is another over-the-top herbicide farmers can use to tackle their weed infestations. This new weed management platform from Bayer is said to replace their Roundup Ready 2 Xtend soybean system in the future, and this will allow soybean farmers to have more options on how they manage their weed infestations. For my completed work, so far I've completed the majority of research and drafting. I created a cover page and provided a background on the topic. I've met with crop advisor Carrie Wright a couple weeks ago to get her input on the direction I should take this informational report, and with her advice, I've completed the most detailed elements of the report. For my work remaining, I'll have to create an abstract, and then I'll have to develop the introduction section and the conclusion section for this report as well. In-text citations is something I'll have to add too. So far, I just have the link and the source where the citations need to be. I have to develop the works cited page for these as well. And I will meet with Carrie Wright, Kentucky Crop Advisor, again, so she can review my report and give her thoughts on it. Here's some of my feedback questions. Is my information understandable to you, even though you might not have an agricultural background? Do you believe my report will update the Kentucky soybean farmer? And how will this information benefit the Kentucky soybean farmer and others? These next couple slides show the sources that I pulled from, and thank you for watching.